Hello everyone and welcome back to something I wasn't really expecting to be playing to completion, but here we go. Love Thyself, a Horatio story. Because Para was going to play it on her own.
I had something to say there, and I lost it the minute I opened my mouth. So
Wow, this is a fantastic start. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. High performance, high energy. Would hire
thank
again, would go
you,
buy another ticket. It's fine.
thank you. I try my best.
So, I shouldn't have been too surprised by the idea that this game full of egotistical clones would have maybe been the one that made you want to play it more, but here we are. So, and we have decided who we are going to romance, have we not?
We have. I will cry if they are not a romanceable option.
I know. You really love that egotistical green guy, right?
Listen here. I will walk out of this recording.
It's the lunchroom guy, girl, lunch lady. Look, we're gonna fuck the lunch lady, okay? I'm sorry. Sorry to rip that band-aid off that much, but they're honestly the most likable clone. So, you know.
They really are. They're more relatable.
Yeah, it's funny. The one who's the least like Horatio is the one that we're going to try and get with.
I mean, neither of us have been in the military. We don't respond well to randos giving us orders.
That is true. I have no desire to serve in the military unless we get attacked by aliens.
I also have issues with authority.
That is true. That is fair. Yes.
Not in like the violent way. I just don't like being told what to do.
All right. Well, let's go, I guess.
No.
I tried to not make that a command. I was say let's go, I guess. I was supposed to be like, okay, let's go together. This is fine. I wasn't trying to give you a command.
Well, I took it the wrong way, so
I'll say. Well, just be quiet, Para.
how dare you? Listen here, I will not be quiet, okay? I just, you know what? Just continue on with this what is this visual novel?
See, I don't want you to be quiet, so by telling you to be quiet, it's perfect. I'm not sure what this is about, but I don't want to be late to it, or anything ever again. I trot out of my room. I get to the mess hall minutes later. Running was not a good idea. My stomach vehemently protests as I look around. Well, I'm guessing the rest of the class, the other students assigned here, I'm not sure how things work. The place is now entirely deserted, which feels strange, nobody but me. I'm about to walk and look for the holopad, check my schedule when I hear a call.
They assigned you? What a coincidence.
I turn around. It's the lunch person who tricked me. He's waving at me behind the counter.
Come over here. Imperial maintenance, huh? You must imperially pissed someone off.
I get around the counter to the kitchen, and this place is a mess. Looks like we chose the right thing. We didn't choose it, but still. I stand in front of him, my face carefully composed a mask. The fact that food is still churning in my stomach doesn't help me. I feel queasy, especially seeing those machines in the background producing the slop that we're eating. It really does just look like someone's shitting onto a conveyor belt.
Ugh.
And they have not got a good diet.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. It was just a harmless prank. I couldn't know you were already on someone's shit list.
I mean, to be fair, can I just point out, before it started burning our mouths out, he did state that it tasted divine, right? Like, I say he's done a good thing here, right? Like, I'm not a big fan of hot foods either, but at least he made the slop palatable. I
You
look at
gave it
him
another flavor.
frowning. Exactly. I look at him frowning. But something's not right in my belly. It feels as if it's trying to call back up.
Oh, you probably didn't know. Well, Imperial maintenance is basically the janitorial duties are all yours.
So basically, the worst Horatios get sorted into doing the janitorial business. Great.
Nobody wants to push him up for a living, so it's dished out as a punishment. Looks like you and me are on cleaning duty today.
I'm about to speak up when a sudden urge to retch overpowers me. I vomit on the floor.
And this is where you start.
I hate the feeling. I have to say I'm immediately relieved.
Red firegrass will do that to you when you put too much. I did kind of set you up for it.
Wow.
Sorry?
He hands me a dishcloth which I wipe my mouth with.
Oh god, why is your name gotta be Darian?
What? What? I didn't know any Darians.
Reminds me of Durian.
Oh, I mean, he just means he smells unpleasant, but he might taste fine.
Durian actually smells very sweet to me.
I thought it was meant to smell like death.
For some people.
Okay,
For others, it smells very sweet.
I have managed to avoid the smell of durian, and I intend to continue to do so.
I see. Not with me around.
What, are you going to bring me a durian?
Yes.
I will take it outside and bury it in the backyard.
It'll still smell.
I'll bury it deep.
Alright. I'm Darian F19, by the way. Second level initiate Megras Darian F19.
Wait, so he hasn't actually left here, and he's pretty young as well. Wow,
He is, isn't he?
Poor person.
I can never keep track of their little ranks.
Well, to be fair, we did play it a while ago now. Like a week or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, 19 means, yeah, fairly late. I'm pretty sure Megrez was the same place that we came from. Yeah, see? Yeah, only two cycles difference.
Huh.
And Para, first level initiate Megrez. Para, F21. Also, he said he was also initiate, so he must still be going through school at the moment.
Maybe.
Yeah, guess he wasn't sent off on that ship that got lost. His hand is still extended towards me. He's looking intently at me. Remember, we're trying to get with this guy. I place my hand back and squeeze. I feel like it's the appropriate thing to do after introduction. He looks taken aback. His hand is warm and limp in my clammy fingers. And the experience is deeply uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not sure what I'm trying to do here. We let go. I grab a mop and bucket and set to cleaning up out my mess. Darian F19 serendipitously snatches his dishcloth from the countertop I've left it on. He does his best to look like he's cleaning, but after a couple of glances at him, it's clear he's just puttering about. From time to time, he looks back at how I'm getting on. Once I'm more or less done, he turns to me.
Yep. I think we're pretty much done here. What do you think?
All we did was clean up my vomit. Are you trying to say that we're as clean as it's going to get? What do you mean?
Well, I don't know about you, but I've got places to be. Better things to do than pushing a mop around. We could just call this a day and go about our lives. How does that sound?
Won't we get caught? I'm not exceedingly popular right now. Having had this laugh directed at me just minutes ago, I'm not sure how I should take it.
Right. You're on the shit list. Let me show you how things work around here.
He walks up to a wall-mounted holopad and starts typing around, flicking the windows until he finds out what he's looking for.
Ah, there. See? Imperial Maintenance Kitchen. Our names. That's basically the low-level schedule. Well, if you put your hand on the biometric scanner here, and then click on Edit, you can, you can just remove us from this.
Tuh.
Extracurricular, my smooth ass.
I have to admit I'm impressed. And that really works.
I gotta tell you something you may not have realized yet.
We're all clones of the same person, so we all have the same security clearance.
The security features here are to protect the Empire from its undesirable.
But we're all desirable because we're all Horatio.
They are not exactly geared to protect it from insiders who might have different inclinations.
Which makes you wonder, was this guy also born clean like we were? Because the others seem pretty happy to just do whatever they're told without a second thought. This person seems like a bit more of a free thinker, which seems unlikely in a clone empire.
Yeah, he's rebellious.
He turns to me.
So what do you say? Are we done here?
I consider my options. He's proving this right. Yes, we're done here. You know what? I'm not sure what's supposed to be learning here, but if you said it, I'm not going to stay here and push him up around.
Right on.
He presses a few buttons on the holopad and moments later turns back to me.
Our work here is done. Let's go.
He moves and I leave to follow. I notice he's still carrying a dishcloth with him, which I do find pretty gross.
This should buy us a couple of hours. Nobody will check in on us because...
He leans in conspiratorially.
They all think they've got better things to do too.
God damn. They're all idiots.
It's what happens when you're so egocentric.
I'm sorry, I just don't have the same experience as you do. That same lived experience, you know? You know, Farah?
You calling me stupid?
No, I was calling you egotistical.
But given the context of the conversation, it's like you're calling me stupid.
I think you're jumping a few more layers than I was intending there, but okay. We exit the same way we came in. Oh no. Clementine, please. Darian F-19 is walking a couple of steps ahead of me, and seeing I personally don't have any destination in mind, I'm tagging along. He noticed, stops, and turns around.
Listen, friend. I've got places to go, people to be. Let's keep this casual, shall we?
But... oh...
Darian, I'm sorry, but in case you haven't been notified, you don't got places to be, you don't got people to be. The people that you need to see is right here.
I can't tell if you're trying to neg him or what. It's like, you don't have anywhere else to be. You should stay here in the dirt with me.
We are all the people he needs. He don't need nobody else.
We literally are, because we're identical. The DNA is identical to everyone else. We are definitely all the people he needs, yes.
He has no reason to see anybody else.
Absolutely none. By the time I processed I was being dismissed, he's rounded the corner in the hallway and disappeared. Should we follow? Or is that too needy?
It depends on you.
What would you do? I feel like my choice is going to be incorrect here, so I want you to make the incorrect choices instead.
I would secretly follow him to see who.
He does just call me friend, however, so I'm pretty sure I should at least tentatively try and see where he hangs out. I dash down the hallway in the direction he went. When I get there, however, he is nowhere to be seen. The hallway is straight as a laser and well lit. I look around. The only place he could have gone is... What? Through the air vent? I put my head into the vent cover and think I hear a faint sound from inside. But I'm not sure if I'm not it's imagining noise. I turn around, dejected, and start walking at random.
Oh.
He went into the air vents? After a few moments of aimlessly wandering, my steps take me back to the concourse. It's almost empty compared to the first time I saw it. Still, murmurs of distant conversation, echoing footsteps, the light of filtering from outside, all of it contributes to giving me the place an air of reverence. Sorry, I don't know what came over me there. I apparently forgot how to speak. I try not to gawk as I walk around. The freely growing trees, the fountains and water pieces of running water, all this contributes to the paint a picture of an empire built on boundless pride. We are, I'm pretty sure, one small mistake away from a tragic accident here. If the glass ceiling were to shatter, boundless arrogance or endless optimism? Probably a little bit of both. I hear the footsteps rapidly approaching as I startle as if I was caught doing something illegal. Thought crimes. Thankfully, no one can hear what's going on in my head. Can they? I look discreetly over my shoulder and recognize Extras B12, the masked sergeant guy. He's in a agitated conversation with, I think, it was Turgus FO7, the lab tech.
I told ya.
Fuck!
I told ya.
God damn it! Why? I was just Can you please explain why can you please explain why I'm relating this way?
So before we started this video, we went back to look at the other video and see what kind of emotions or personalities we gave the characters. Owl here says that we were never going to see the lab tech again. And I said, yes, we are. But he insisted. It's what happens when you don't listen to your nice friend Para.
So everyone should listen to their nice friend Para. Like I should have. Oh god, now I've got to remember. I think he was upbeat and chirpy from
I have
memory.
no idea anymore.
Oh wait, but it could be evil lab technician. I don't know which lab technician it is. There were two of them. One of them was an arsehole and one of them was also an arsehole but slightly more upbeat.
We'll just wing it.
Alright. I hear some of their exchange to get closer.
Oh, the red dude.
Yeah, the red dude.
What do you mean? You don't know where he is?
And I am his instructor. Sorry, that wasn't it. I'm his instructor, same as you. I'm not here to track brothers at your convenience. If you and all his siblings hadn't kept piling sanctions on him to build character, he might have been more assiduous in his attendance. Extras B12 comes with a abrupt stop a couple of meters away from me and turns to face Targus F07, practically shouting in his face.
This is important.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. Not only is it not my area of expertise, but I've got prior engagements.
I don't get it. It's blowing ships up and what?
It's blowing ships up and showing Eternus PO to your worth.
Sorry, I had a moment of brain fart. Like I didn't understand why this connected with the previous conversation.
Okay, you're not blowing the ship. You're blowing up the ships. Big difference.
I'm not thinking about that. My God. Look, man, keep your own inclinations to yourself, okay? Nobody, whoever the hell is going to be doing that to you, needs to know this.
Okay. Something you can have in line, I suppose.
Oh my god.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I don't get it. It's blowing ships up and showing it an appeal to your worth. He was lucky to be selected for fleet maneuvers in the first place. Who wouldn't jump at that chance?
Okay, so it sounds like one of the other clones was meant to go on fleet maneuvers and said no, or just bug it off like we did.
Disappeared.
Yeah, which sounds like it's probably what a lot of them do, just bugger off and do their own thing. And so this person who's in a more highly sought after position, is probably went to talk to the lab technician to be like, where is he? And lab technician is like, I don't fucking know, it's not my job. Was like now getting the brunt of it. And I'm going to assume this person's going to turn and be like, you there, you now do it. And it's going to be our way to get up in the social standings.
Probably.
So, I forget, did you read that line?
I did.
Okay, let's go. Looks like he wouldn't. Oh, or not. Exodus B12 stomps down the hallway. Turgus F07 turns around in a dignified, rigid posture. He mutters in the general direction to the Master Sergeant. I'm almost late for my picnic now. Now, where is the greenhouse? Oh, yes, it's this way. He walks away at a leisurely pace. Fleet maneuvers. That sounds like an advanced class. It could be a way to blow things up, take the pressure off, or a way to try and fit in and show what I'm worth. On the other hand, a picnic. What do I do? So what should we choose?
Blow things up.
That's fair. I can't possibly miss an opportunity like that. I take off direction the Master Sergeant went. I catch up with him. Hey, Master Sergeant Extras B12. Sir, I couldn't help but overhear that you're short on personnel. I want in.
Para F21, right? It's true that we are a me short. One of the cadets scheduled to take part in the advanced class has missed the last exercise and is nowhere to be found. If you want to replace him, simply do as you are told in all circumstances.
I mean, as long as I get to blow stuff up, I'm fine with that.
How familiar are you with MK43 armament systems and their controls?
Just a little.
Of course. Your imprinting only covers models as far as the MK41, right? I remember having to learn about that stuff too. Well, it's nothing revolutionary compared to what you are familiar with. You'll figure it out.
Oh no, what have we done? He starts walking again, I follow. Before long, we get to a small door leading to the command deck of a battleship. Well, if we do, it'd be a pretty short video.
Gotta romance no one.
Yeah, I mean, hashtag relatable, am I right? Exodus B12 notices my gaping in awe and chuckles.
Impressive, huh? Yes, I suppose you wouldn't have seen a hollow room before. The technology is pretty new. This one here reproduces all manners of spaceship decks for training purposes. It was commissioned roughly a decade ago after the Invictus Fleet incident. Live exercises were deemed too costly by the administration. Officially, this hollow training room 15 for deckside fleet maneuvers. Officially, this is hollow training room 15 for deckside fleet maneuver. But we've taken to calling it simply the battle bridge. Let's get in. Your classmates are already here.
Battle bridge, got it. He steps inside, ducking a little to get through the door. A regular-sized frame with a couple of crisscross hollow lines tracing the shape of a hatch. My question is, why did they make the door so small? If everyone's a clone, then technically everyone should need the same size of door. It appears wholly unnecessary, but I'm guessing it's habit from having served on real ships. I do, however, like to duck. Not sure why I did that. Maybe make it look more professional. Master Eternius PO2 steps out from behind a huge console.
Uh, Look what the star tide washed in.
Hmm.
Para F21, what brings you here?
I'm surprised they're so good at knowing who everyone is.
I know, right? Like, do we have name tags?
We must, or maybe we just have a distinct color as well.
Maybe.
I open my mouth to answer, but the Master Sergeant cuts me short.
Grand Headmaster, the cadet offered to replace Dare. Oh.
Wow.
Oh no!
Bloody Darian.
Oh, Darian.
But, oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that works.
Grand Headmaster, the cadet offered to replace Darian F19, who is nowhere to be found and hasn't answered any summons.
That's you, sorry.
What a disappointment. Yet you believe this one will prove as talented with weapon systems, but more assiduous?
I'm sure my ass is amazing, man. Extra Speed 12 looks at me before turning back to face Eternus PO2.
I have full confidence in any brother from the Megra's batch. The Darian was also from the Megra's batch.
Yes, that's true.
It sure beats having to man that station myself anyway.
Fair. Not the resounding endorsement I'd hoped for, but it'll do.
Make sure he does not do anything stupid.
Uh-oh. The Master Sergeant directs me towards a gigantic battle station, a wide seat and a whole array of panels, commands, and knobs.
This is your station. Please be seated. The new head red feels nice. Huh? Why does that matter? MK43 series has moved controls around a bit, so the weapon systems have shifted somewhat.
It matters because he thinks we have a intimate knowledge of the F-22 or 42. So basically, or 41, sorry. So he's being like, yeah, these are the improvements of the F-41. You see, it's not that big. So that's why he said it.
Point defense guns are now on your left, with laser and beam triggers in the middle.
Might actually just point, def, left, beam, mid. So I just have a bad feeling we're gonna have to actually do something with this. So missiles.
Missiles have been simplified compared to what. So it really is point and shoot now with this stick controller.
Good, good. I will enjoy playing with this man's joystick. What's the panel?
This is boarding pod controls. They're not part of the doctrine right now, so you won't need to use them. Too much reticence among the crew to endanger one face in close quarters battle. They're not even manned.
And got it.
Any questions?
Yes. I have a bunch, but I'm going to say I'm good.
Excellent. Let's get started.
I see no way this could go poorly. He straightens
Oh my
up and
God.
turns towards the Eternus PO2.
We're ready to start, sir. Excellent.
Ah!
Load simulation Kobayashi Sofa.
Nice reference. Nice reference. Extra Speed 12 gives Eternus PO2 a sidelong look.
Are you sure they're ready, sir?
Hmm.
You heard me. Let's get started.
Oh, great. So we're doing the hardest one possible.
Oh
Voices
boy.
rise across the room. Communications ready. Damage control is ready. Engineering's ready. Fleet command is ready. Navigation's ready. God damn it. Skyview's ready. Security ready. Don't even know why that person does security. Strike ring ready. All around me are familiar faces, intent gazes, focused faces, and they all seem to know what they're doing. I put on my most convincing game face and grab the controls. Weapon systems ready. I'm not sure how long this has been going on, but what I do know is that it has been going well. Our fleet's objective is to intercept and destroy the exploration vessel sent by the Sofan Republic. The objective will be straightforward enough if the vessel wasn't followed closely by what feels like the Republic's entire fleet. Most of our own fleet has been disabled or destroyed by what feels like an altogether preposterous amount of fireworks. Most of our missile systems are down. Our strike craft is complete disarray. My missiles are all but gone, and the energy weapons could not accumulate enough power for a shot. To put it mildly, we're in trouble. As the instructor now responsible for cadet military training, Extras B-12 is visibly under a lot of stress. He is nonetheless trying his hardest to make us fulfill the objectives of the mission.
Fleet Command, launch a pincer maneuver.
Impossible, sir! Our last Horatio frigate was disabled by the last fleet. This is the whole fleet, sir, gone. I'm out! The cadet station turns dark, joining Strike Wing Engineering. Sir, our sensors have picked up an activation of cloaking device on the enemy scout. We've lost our firing solution.
Firing solution, my smooth ass, cadet. Our tubes are empty and our guns are cold. This is a firing problem we're having. That's That's a weird sentence.
It sounds like a double on you.
I know.
They're shooting blanks. Poor guys. Makes sense. They're clones. If you watch Stargate, you know what happens with the Asgard.
Yes.
He shoots me a grim look. I'd be a little trigger happy with the missile, sure, but I hit my targets and I can't be faulted for shooting the opposition. I'm pretty sure I'm the only reason we're still afloat. Lights flicker about and a low rumble shakes the room. That's another direct hit, sir. The shield's down. Damage control goes down too. I think the Master Sergeant's about to call it when I have an idea. We're doomed anyway, might as well try it. So he's just so crazy it might work. So, which way do we want to go? Just crazy it might just say work, or we're doomed anyway, let's try it. But this one's got more...
The bottom.
I was going to say this one's got more confidence, but okay. You sure you don't want to be more confident? You're... Okay.
Okay, fine. More confident.
It might fail, but we're already failing. What hurt can it cause? I switch on the internal communicator. Weapon system security. Oh god. Get your Marines to the boarding squad stat. What? There's no time to explain. Send everyone who can hold a rifle now. Roger that. I hear the cadets order and watch my console as the boarding pods start to come up online, filling up. Weapon system to navigation. Plot a course to allow direct navigation firing to the pods to the enemy flagship. Why are you doing that? They're not the target. I know. Do as you're told. Extras B-12 backs me up.
Follow his lead. I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. Bearing 335 weapon systems. Your firing solution is coming up. I look at my console. I have 6 boarding pods full of Marines, too precious to be willing to carry a gun in normal circumstances, but I'm about to fire them straight into the enemy carrier. I smash the launch button and the boarding pods blast off the side of the ship. I open a line of Marines inside. Listen up, brothers. It is my understanding that troops aboard the Sulfan flagship are tiny nerds that are full 2 heads shorter than you. They cannot reach their face, even hunchbacks amongst you lot, so don't worry about getting scratched. Heads up high, may his force be with you. I watch anxiously as the pods reach their point defense line of the entity carrier. A pod explodes in a shower of sparks, and another. But 4 of them get through and smash into hull. I hear the combat chat on the comms. Marines, head to the bridge. There's no time for caution. Give it all you've got. Go. I listen anxiously for the sound of progression. The cries of dying Marines and wounded Xenogiles subside. Weapon system, this is the Marine leader. We have seized the bridge, the enemy flagship, and disabled the doors. We have control of the ship for now. Get a hold of their sensors. Can you locate the cook's shout? Should be clear as day on their own fleet. Yes, we have it. It's on our starboard, attempting to escape. Get a lock on it. I'll activate all weapon systems you can find. We're not trained to use Sovereign ships, sir. Then figure it out! I cut the line and watch the ships above my head with mounting anxiety. After a moment, a single missile leaves the Sovereign's torpedo bay and cruises towards an empty space. An intense explosion follows. We did it, sir! The lights have turned back on. The stations are lit back up again. Extra Speed 12 has a confused smile on his face.
We did it. We did it.
Did you ever watch any Star Trek to know what the Kobayashi Maru or whatever it was called is?
I probably didn't get that far.
Well, I mean, it's brought up a couple of times, but as far as I understand, it's a test that is unwinnable, and it's meant to it's like the hardest test, and it's meant to be unwinnable. And essentially, what happens in it is it loops over and over and over again. And they just try and try and try. It's meant to teach Starfleet captains humility or some shit. So I'm wondering if that was meant to be a reference to that. It almost certainly was, since it's Kobayashi. But does that mean that it was meant to be unwinnable? Or did we just get really, or was it very winnable and we were just sucking? It's curious. Guess we'll find out. It takes me to remember a few seconds to remember where I am. It's just an exercise. I'm drenched in sweat nonetheless. Then again, I suppose the other thing was, this was designed by a Horatio for a ship full of Horatios, right? So the fact that it's an unwinnable task for Horatios, and that most Horatios will die, but we're not a Horatio. Technically. We are, but we're also not. So I wonder if the only reason we could win that was because we didn't think like a Horatio. Anyway.
We definitely do have a lot more creativity.
Yeah, exactly. So it might work out in our favors. Let's just hope it doesn't get us killed.
Oh boy.
I mean, I feel like the Darian guy was also clearly a blank slate as well, and he also got up pretty high in the ranks. So it makes me wonder if the best Horatios are the ones that are born as defects. Anyway.
It's possible.
It takes me a few seconds to remember where I am. This is a little exercise, but I think I'm drenched in sweat and the rest. Extra Speed 12 comes into my station. Beaming.
Congratulations, Para F21. You've beat the Kobayashi Sofen.
And just me, right? Just me. I'm the only one here. Everyone else here is useless. He leans forward and adds a little more quietly.
In all my years, I have never seen a cadet crew able to defeat it.
Exactly. See, I knew it. It was a reference to that. Sorry.
It was conceived as a no-win scenario, to test our brother's mettle in the face of certain death, or worse, possible disfigurement. How is that worse?
I mean, they are very egotistical. They would much rather die than be ugly, which makes sense.
I'm sorry to bring it to you all like this, but in case you haven't noticed, y'all ugly.
We are the image of perfection. He straightens up and concludes.
No, we are the image of the losers. I am very impressed.
Aturnus PO2 appears, seemingly out of thin air.
Yes, this was unorthodox, but efficient. Good work. We might make a cadet out of you yet.
Literally, we beat the unbeatable mission, and their response is, "Wow, you're almost good enough now." Ah! Should we just be stuck stuck up to them like they want to hear, or should we be egotistical on our own merit?
The
The question is, do we want to stroke our own ego or stroke theirs?
Let's stroke our own ego.
Yeah, just showing how it's done. I do my best to appear super relaxed, despite my racing heartbeat. On the day's work, I get up from my station, pretend shrugging the compliments away. I notice that my comrades in arm aren't sharing the ambient glee. I'm guessing that single-handedly pulling off a victory from the jaws of defeat doesn't look too good in a dog-eat-dog world. We filter out the battle bridge and I saunter home, exhausted, but all in all, pretty happy with my day. Oh, we got an achievement for beating the Kobayashi Shuru. Apparently 43% of people do, so it can't be too hard. I've never been happier to see my bed. I dive face first into it and instantly fall asleep. Over the next few days, I settle into a routine, marked by classes, mundane and strange alike. As much as possible, I do my own thing. I do attend the classes and the extracurriculars up to a point. I try to keep a low profile, make sure no one notices me. For that, I use the trick of Darien F19 showed me with the holoscreen. It works, I think. Nonetheless, it's not an uncomfortable life. All things considered, while I'm far from being the master of my fate, I've found a relatively easy to live routine. I feel like doing our own thing got us this far. Might as well keep going. Master Sergeant Extras B12, the instructor clone I've learned, was called Third-Rate Chamberlain Megaris Tegris F07. Wait, what? Master Sergeant Extras B12 and the instructor clone I've learned was called Third-Rate Chamberlain Megaris Tegris F07. Join Master Turnus PO2 to lead specific classes. From our... Oh god, he's back.
I told you.
God damn it, I thought he was a bit piece, a bit character.
The guy has a name.
He didn't. He didn't for a very long time. He was just given one.
He had a name since the beginning.
Fine. Let's just try not to... I don't know. Let's just... I don't know. From our accelerated program, our primary purpose becomes increasingly clear. We need to pass the inspection ceremony from a Horatio Prime with flying colours at any cost. Learning how to actually perform this Islanders Academy, well, maybe later. We learned that the big rehearsal is planned for the end of the week, and my classmates seem excited. Personally,
I don't care either way.
At this stage, I'm exhausted with pretending. One way or another, the other things will happen to me. I'll do my best to survive them. And most importantly, remember.
Do not mess this up. Do not screw this up, cadets. Whatever. I love how he showed up with his dishcloth.
Yeah, he uses everywhere. That's his favorite thing. The ceremony rehearsal is taking place today on the concourse. My classmate and I arrayed in two lines, facing one another. The excitement is palpable for this part, as we are apparently going to perform the Imperial Bass Dance, a courtly dance that was extremely popular a few centuries ago. This explains why we've had actually no dance classes so far. Us newly decanted clones and instructors alike know how to dance very well. Normally. I would say that my memory is foggy, but of course I have absolutely no recollection of this dance, or anything ever. The only thing I know about dancing in the Horatio Empire are things I learned while browsing the holoscreen. First, there are dozens of dances that have come and gone in favor of the centuries. Second, that dancing is sometimes seen as a powerful conduit for social advancement, as it is a chance to mingle with the powerful. Okay, makes sense. It is apparently being used as a plot point in countless stories and dramas to the point it's considered a well-worn cliche. This cliche, though, most certainly contains its kernel of truth. We've been paired up randomly with one another, some of us having the honor of dancing alongside our instructors. I note that Eternus PO2 is partnered with Extras B12. Are you afraid of something, Eternus P2? My own dance companion is not anyone I've actually talked to. Bowing disappointment grunts whenever respective names were drawn. I've already forgotten his.
Attention, cadets. Every on your marks.
He presses a couple of keys on his holopad.
And music.
This dance is not the worst we could have picked. In bass dance, the leading couple performs a move first. The other couples replicate. This leaves me a couple of beats to try and process what I'm seeing and mirror their movements. I'm going to need all the help I can get. They start. A step forward, deep brow with arm extension. Step forward, deep bow, arm. Sorry, I'm just making sure, though my pen is completely dead here. I nod towards my partner. He grudgingly nods back. Don't be like that, buddy. We're in this together. Aha! So, I step forward and a deep bow. I put my right foot in front of weights and bend the waist while looking at my partner's feet. So far, so good. They've straightened back up. Straightened. Actually, my pen is dying. Can you just write the key things there into the chat on Discord just in case? My memory should be fine, but I just can't risk it. Eternus and Extras PP2 and Extras B12 are straightened back up, and now I'm taking sides to the left and back without moving the right foot. I just don't want to get us killed by not dancing correctly. Then they step back with their left foot and come back, still without moving the right foot. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So, a step to the left, side step left, come back, and a step back, come back, and square one. Versus step to their left, come back, and step back, and back to square one. Oh god. Which left do you think they meant? Is it their left? Would it say their left or our left?
Our left.
I think I can check anyway, now I remember. Then step back with their left foot. Okay. They start. Go back. Side to the left without moving forward. Then they move back with their left foot. It says, yeah, side to the left and back. Okay, well. Shit. I left then. I slide my foot to the left and posture reminiscent of what I call Extras B12 power stance and back. Then I step backwards, shift my legs equally on both feet, and then come back. I'm slightly off tempo, but the game was noticed. The leading couple sets a series of small steps towards one another. Also, because I now realize we have the history, I don't necessarily need you to write it down, so we're fine. I forgot that visual novels have histories. Whew! The leading couple series of small steps towards one another. After 5, they stop and then side trap towards the right. Then come back, step backwards, come back, and take a deep bow from the other with another arm flourish. It's the most complicated step yet. Okay, so 5 steps forward. 5 small steps forward is the first one, so that's the same. A step back or a step to the right. So, series of step forward, steps to another. After 5 steps, they start towards the right. So that tells us which one it is very easily. So it's the one that steps to the right. I take 5 cautious steps forward, focusing on my feet. I step to the right, and my foot's on the sides of the carpet before each floor. But I recover gracefully in my own kind of arm flourish. I step back a little too fast, correct my course in a lunge that brings me too close to my dance partner. I take a deep bow and lose balance halfway through, headbutting him right in his own bow. And sending us both sprawling to the floor. Did I do something wrong? Apparently so. Oops. He seems absolutely furious. Oh no, it says make no mistakes during rehearsal. 41%.
You moron, can't you watch where you step?
The two line of dancers stop. Every me is staring at us, and this is bad. I,
What kind of subpar batch do you come from if you can't even follow along?
literally, I got the achievement that says make no mistakes during the rehearsal.
Maybe you're supposed to knock
I
him down.
Look. The music stops. This is bad. Extra speed 12 pushes away amongst us.
What happened here, cadets? Explain yourselves.
My classmate wastes no time throwing me under the bus. I start yammering something about having slipped on a stick on the floor. Slick floor. When I notice Eternus P2 has joined the circle of onlookers. I decided the best course of action is be quiet now. Extra speed 12 summarizes the situation for the headmaster.
It seems first level initiate Megris Para F21 fell onto the cadet.
Goddamn para. Eternus PO2 turns to us.
Base dance? Is the base dance too difficult for you, initiates?
My classmate breathes in protest, but just from the headmaster stops him in his tracks.
Not one more word.
He raises his voice to address the crowd.
The ceremony rehearsal is cancelled. You can all thank Initiate Para F21 for this initiative.
What the fuck?
You can go back to your quarters now.
There are audible gasps and murmurs. PO2 turns back to me. Oh no.
Initiate, come with us.
Oh no. He moves to leave. Extra speed 12 in tow. What should we
Let's
do?
be proactive. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I get up and follow a few steps behind the pair. I have a bad feeling of this. We make our way to quiet hallways and even speaking. We reach an area I've never set foot in. The station is quiet as always, but in here, under these circumstances, has an oppressive feeling. As I turn a corner, Turnus throws me a sidelong glance and sends a shiver down my spine. Headmaster steps in through an otherwise unremarkable door. Extra speed 12 waits for me to enter, and door closes silently behind him. I wonder once again if all the best Horatios are the ones that don't have the memories, and if we're about to be inducted into that. That too obvious or too silly or too out there?
Well, it would explain how they rise above the others.
It would, because if they're just normal and completely the same, you can't really differentiate.
Yeah.
Despite my precarious situation, and the fact that I did do as well as I could, despite that, shows that I'm also very resourceful. I can't help but stare at the opulence of the womb. This is everything I've seen in my series and more. The room is spectating. The view is breathtaking. Turns P2 is looking out the window, his back to us. After a few moments, he turns and breaks silence.
Initiate Para F21. It is
no.
bad when a newly decanted clone catches my attention. Do you know why?
Should we say silent
No,
this time?
sir.
No, sir.
The defining trait every me here have in common, and that we value above all else, is ambition. We want to get places, gain power.
Oh god, now I see why you like this game so much.
Sometimes, well, most times, we seize it from the cold, dead hands of the brother who hold it before us. We want to be seen in prime light and to operate in the shadows whenever we need to do more unsightly action. The worst that could happen is for somebody else to catch us in a situation of weakness. Unfortunately for me, my ability to produce an awe-inspiring batch of cadets can pass muster is currently in jeopardy.
Oh no.
Your antics today have left me in a precarious position. One of my cadets not meeting our standards would be a delay in our esteemed Emperor's plans. A delay I would be responsible.
Though I've already shown that I beat your unbeatable challenge, so, you know.
It might be a lot easier for me to just get rid of you and pretend you were never here in the first place. We are, however, as you no doubt will have noticed, rather severely short-staffed at the station. Just suddenly went English there, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I'm pretty sure the your microphones have cut out for a few seconds there at the end of it anyway. So you were just
It's
laughing about
fine.
something that we didn't really hear properly.
It's fine. Um, I was loath to reveal the extent of the situation to the idiots overseeing the cloning facilities in the system for reasons you can imagine. You're talking way too much. Like, listen, man. We don't need you monologuing here. Therefore, until we have discreetly replenished our complement of station personnel, I would rather not have to get rid of anyone, whether they happen to displease me or not. I have two options when it comes to what will happen to you. The first one is the easiest. Assign you on a special mission and send you to investigate the disappearance of our patrol. With some luck, you might never come back. And if you do, we will have learned valuable information. In any case, you are out of the way.
Seems reasonable.
The second option exists only because we have invested time and resources, and there is a tiny chance you might not turn out alright, given the proper training. A second chance, if you will, to prove that you can perform like any of your brothers. At the same time, I would hate to extend this offer to you if you were not ready to step up. Do you understand? In your defense, I must say your decisions in the hollow training room allowed your cadet crew to fulfill the parameters of the mission, even if these decisions were against the current doctrine. Initiative is generally frowned upon, but in your case, it might prove a saving grace. Extra Speed 12 here is particularly keen on keeping you on for some reason.
Aw.
The choice, ultimately, is yours. Are you ready to put in the effort, or is this all proving too much for you?
I'm amazed I managed to say anything snarky or otherwise during this entire monologue. I actually don't know what I want to choose.
I mean, if we are so we are the rebellious, do our own thing type of person.
That is true.
I would say we are not going to fall in line, so we might as well just do the special mission.
That is true. Special mission is then. I'm tired of the song and dance.
This is probably for the best. If you cannot follow the music, march to the beat. If you cannot follow the music, march to the beat of your own drum. See how that goes for you.
Alright. We walk from the nice part of the station. To the next part of the station is less nice. The part that's supposedly the worst, but actually looks fairly similar. As with the location, though, as it is with locations, so it is with Horatio's, I guess. They look the same on the outside, yet for reasons of social stratification, they are placed in a hierarchy based on incomprehensible reasoning. Hey, Turgus FO7. Yes? Why, for the reasons of social stratification, do we place things in a hierarchical-based system based on incomprehensible reasoning? Ha! I'd say the reasonings are clearer than your word choice. Don't put me down. I'm sending Horatio elegance into my vocabulary. By the way, what exactly is a Chamberlain? Is that a promotion from junior lab technician? Look, let me put it this way. The only thing lower than junior lab technician is the floor designed to support the weight. Here's your new room. Don't be surprised. Why? It's like your last one, but placed lower in the hierarchy based on your incomprehensible reasoning. I laugh. I like the guy. Settle in, then come find me when you get bored. I'll be doing chamberlain-y things around the concourse. So this is the bad part of town. How bad it is. Maybe there are rats. Maybe the food is awful. Wait, maybe the rats are the food. Though to be honest, that's more or less how it tasted in the better parts of town anyway. There is still an ever-present hum of water pipes, but the coarser and louder, less defined. Maybe the bad part of town is where the aging public services go to die in peace. But it could be worse. I could be with extras B12, nodding head eagerly at propaganda, and deeply honestly believing anything Eternus P2 says. Anyway, whatever being good Horatio is all about, I'm falling for it. I'm failing at it. I thought it'd be easy enough to exploit the fact that everyone acts the same and expects everyone to follow suit, but for some reason I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. I find my new room, which makes me miss my old one. No more charm, but even louder. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Couldn't have, like, changed the wallpaper,
No.
Gave us more books, less books.
Had the vent a little bit more broken or something? I'm
Right? Maybe
I
no mirrors?
Oh no, that'd be a crime worse than death for Horatio. that would be a punishment worse than death for Horatio.
It's
I'm
fine. I live without mirrors.
I know, but these guys are egotistical assholes. I mean, so are you, but different type of egotistical asshole. They wouldn't be able to live without their mirrors.
So what you're saying is they're better than me.
No. You are a Horatio, remember? You're you're para. F21. God.
So I'm better than them.
Exactly. I move in and make myself at home, which takes less time to do than it does to read about. I decided not to risk death by boredom, and I checked my holopad. The option seemed to be a virtual tour that shows where Horatio himself trod the last time he visited. You do that, or go back up and hook up with one of my pals. I wonder what Darian F19's up to. Apparently I'm a friend of Darian F19, because my holopad not only shows me where he is, but how to get there. And I would never have made it without the map. It starts here, where I sneak through the maintenance hatch at a specified time, moving on to the next point. I only take a few steps here before I turn left and go to the storage room. Then out the door to the back leads you to another place. And here I am. This hallway looks familiar, but in the way that everyone and everything looks familiar, and everything else. However, this is such a sorry state that I'm absolutely sure I never set foot in here. Well, we knew he escaped into the vents, right? Except here for the first time, things are sorry. Beings in the room, they're definitely not clones.
Silence, please.
Do what he says!
How do you even say that name?
Ribnik?
Rinnick? Okay, fine, I'll go with that.
Like Rinnick, yeah, go for that. Rinnick.
Thank you, Rinnick.
Yeah.
Oh boy. We are here today, together, assembled by a common cause. We live under a regime dedicated to uniformity and repression. We cannot choose what we do or where we do it. We have talked about this long enough. We have endured this long enough.
The room mumbles in agreement. I start looking for cameras.
No, not for long enough. For too long. Is Darian? Oh God, Darian, you're leading a revolution?
It does definitely seem like he's leading some revolutionary people, yes.
Why do I pick all the horrible people?
What? I mean, wait, are you trying to suggest that the setup they had was good before?
I mean, it was so easy to exploit.
But it wasn't a good system. Like,
but it's so easy to exploit. We could have risen the ranks. We could have gotten so close to Horatio himself.
You specifically said to choose this option.
Send him to bed, have a little night, and we could have, become Horatio and lead the army and live in luxury.
I feel like you were the one who chose us down this path, though. You like Darian. You chose
I
to
know,
be
I like
dumb
all
rather
the
than going
bad
perfect.
people.
He's not bad. He's doing the right thing. He's
ruining my chances of world domination.
He's making the world a better place.
He's ruining my chances world domination. I had a plan. I was going to quietly replace Horatio.
Then why didn't you choose the option that would have led to that?
Because I thought he would, gently
You
get out
thought
of
he
my
was
way.
different? You thought you could fix him?
No! I thought he would generally get out of my way. He could have been a stepping stone for me, a fail safe, an extra
Uh-huh.
life.
Uh-huh. Yep. Mm-hmm. I hope no one ever does your D&D alignment chart. It would not come up pretty. Let's
Look, man.
let's just keep going, shall we? Find out what's gonna happen here.
But the days of this regime are numbered. We must take our first steps towards change, towards freedom,
Yeah!
towards a community of sentients who seek their own paths, make their own choices.
Woo! Go Darian!
The only question is that when change comes, will you be ready?
I mean, maybe. I mean, do we have guns?
Will you take up the struggle in whatever form it comes?
I mean, it depends, really. Like, if it contains a lot of fecal matter, I might have to tap out.
Will you fight for a better future?
Yeah! The room is filled with clapping hands and flapping lips. Lots of agreement and lots of murmuring. Darian F-19 is basking in glow as is firing oration, and everyone else looks like they want to do things, want things to move. Darian F-19 waves me over to speak privately.
So, Para F-21, are you in?
Here's the thing, Para. Before you answer, just know, you could be the top of whatever is new. Revolution doesn't instantly mean you don't get to be on the top. It actually is probably an easier way to the top than being an arsehole. If you're going to do it this way, because this way's got guns.
I have a more better question. Why is Darian not surprised to see us? He never invited us to this meeting.
He would have had to have accepted us. He showed up on our tablet, remember? So he accepted our friend request, basically. And I reckon anyone who accepted our friend request and that we could go to probably leads to a different, separate ending. We chose his friend request, so we must have done enough good to him that he actually did, give us this option.
He's far too trusting. He met us 3 times?
Yeah, and all those times we showed him that we're not like everyone else, which, when you're looking for a revolution, is exactly what you want.
But we could have not been on track with this revolution. We could have just been rebelling in terms of personality, and that we really wanted to climb the ladder of this military. Like, Darian, you are...
I don't think so, given that he basically was like, do you want to get one out of the work? And then like, yep.
All right.
What, in trouble? Probably.
Stop that. In sync. In the movement. Are you with us? We could use you.
Before I can answer, he continues.
Just meet me in 10 at the hangar. Tergus F07 and I have been asked to do a routine patrol.
He looks absolutely delighted.
That is going to be our ticket to revolution. You will have to join us. Look around and think about what your other options are.
In fact, that is more convincing than anything he has said during the speech. Okay, I'm in on it. We'll start there and see where it goes.
I'll see you in the hangar then.
I hesitantly set about finding the aforementioned hangar. I figure a place where you park battle cruisers would be enormous and easy to find, but I didn't take a refined Horatio sensibilities into account. The ship requires fuel, cleaning, maintenance, and they're all noisy and smell bad. Ergo, you put them in the undersized station where nobody has to put up with the more upsetting characteristics. I finally find it though, and it is awesome. It's so enormous it has its own wing patterns. It's so full of ships that it definitely has its own smell. There's a metallic tang on the back of my tongue as I breathe the air. It also smells of ozone and oil, as well as unique tainted blueberry odor of my scorched adamantium. It's full of ships, extraordinary ships. Like I've seen their likeness on cereals, on the extras B2 insignia, and on propaganda materials, but seen up close to my own eyes. Wow. A full kilometer of ships is a lot of ships. I told you, special crew.
Hey, you two. About time. There is a job to do. Let me introduce you to the others. This is Rinnick, who can navigate and pilot.
Hey, hios, let's go for a ride.
And this is Tora, who is a specialist in weapons.
I'd like to think of myself as a professional who solves problems through precision application of kinetic energy. Oh, this is so cool. Are we ready?
All set? We just need to get our ship.
Why is it special?
It's made to go through the asteroid fields undetected. Sort of.
Sort of.
Well, it's uncomfortably small and has thick armor and really slow. It's this one.
Are you sure? Darien F-19 double checks his holopad.
Yep. HMS Narcissus. Narcissus. Oh no.
Are you surprised? I'm not. One of them's probably going to be called HMS Ego, and the other one's going to be called HMS Up My Own Asshole. It's not exactly surprising by these guys.
Wait. You know who Narcissus is, right?
I know what narcissism is. Who is Narcissus?
Narcissus. Well, narcissistic comes from his name Narcissus.
Okay.
Narcissus is a character in Greek mythology. He is the gist of the story goes is that he is this extremely beautiful man that stops people in their tracks and people stare at him and
So
he's
like
so
us.
beautiful.
It's like us.
Basically, yeah. So
So my original joke was still good though. Just saying. Carry on.
yes. He one day he looks into a pond and sees his own reflection. And he becomes entranced by the beauty of his reflection. And he sits there and watches his reflection until the day he dies.
Wow, so he's basically a Toreador who's looking into sunrise.
There's another part to the story, because his
God.
story ties in with I forgot her name, because oh my god, I definitely forgot her name. His story ties in with another person. What's her name? Narcissus and Echo. His story ties in with Narcissus and Echo. Echo is a nymph. She's, as her name suggests, she can only repeat the sounds and the last words of others. So she falls in love with Narcissus. And so he sits there and watches his own reflection. So she sits there and watches him watch his reflection.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Match made in Horatio's image, clearly.
If I'm remembering correctly, Narcissus tells himself how beautiful he is and like much in love he is with himself, and Echo repeats the words, thinking that he's talking to her.
Oh no.
I think.
Why
There's different variations.
Why is Greek mythology sometimes so depressing? Oh, okay. Well, okay. Let's just. I look at it, sleek, golden, sanctioned like a glorious thing of dust and chance fishbone, ornate Horatian scrollwork. I begin to understand some of Extras' B12's obsession with space battles.
There.
Darien F-19 types code into his datapad. I hear the transmit code ping, and one of the sections of Beautiful's craft line lifts up. Something falls out of it. Refuse, I guess. Maybe check an asteroid ready to protest. It's round, brown, and ugly. More reminiscence of what I had to deal with back when I was cleaning toilets while I was for this glorious starship. Darien F-19 and Targus F-07 run over to excitedly. Hey, transmit noise again. and part of the brown excretion lights up. The light comes from the inside into a point excitedly. Yeah, we're in that brown excretion, aren't we? Wait, we're supposed to be flying that thing?
What, you thought they give us a barrel class ship?
You guys are braver than I thought, or maybe less sane. They run over and into the space turret excitedly. Oh god. I climb in with a little bit less enthusiasm. Rhynick in the pirate pilot's chair smells of swamp, and Tora, off to the side in some cubicle, smells of cleaning products. It's going to be a long voyage. I think this engages the departure autopilot. God damn it. Why is it still the lab technician? Why is it still the lab technician after all this?
I told you.
How is he part of our massive revolution? The ship swifts violently to the left. Inertia keeps me violently in place, and the chair takes the weight of my stunned body. Also, violently. When I recover and look up, I'm then amongst the stars. Facts and education don't prepare your brain for the immensity of space. Once you leave the comforting glow of the station lights behind, there is nothing but infinite stars. Everything feels insignificant against this little endless backdrop, and it only gets worse when you stop and think about the enormous power of a star. Then you try to absorb how tiny they all look, and how many there are, and how far away they must be. Truly, it requires a Horatian ego to maintain one's sanity. I guess all of us are mesmerized. If our ship runs into something, we all react differently. Darien F-19 activates our one tiny weapon. Fergus F-07 turns on the shields, which deactivates the weapon, and then I stop to see what's going on. Ahead of us is nothing but mesmerizing stars, so I pull myself up to the window and try and peer behind us, bracing for my hand on the console. I see asteroids like the one that bounced off us tumbling nearby.
Whoa, nice job, asteroid.
I turn to see a holographic display showing our trajectory and nearby objects could affect us. I also see my hand on the console that turned on. I brush my hands together like it's nothing, like I did on purpose. Taragas F-07 squeezes my shoulder. You're good at this. So, where are we heading? They both turn to look at me and then look at each other.
We're going to figure that out. Can you,
Check the hold for snacks.
Yeah, something to eat.
Yeah, and maybe, just a little, guns too would be nice.
Yeah, something to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I could shoot. I look from one to the other, but they look exactly like what I do when I'm keeping a straight blank face. Damn, these two similar DNA structures. Sometimes it's very hard to see who's plotting what. Fine. I head away from the view screen and down where things get dark and scary. I hear murmuring to each other as it descends, so I murmur to myself about them for revenge. I have terrible images of what the hole might be. Infinite dark space full of rats and dust, strange things breathing in dark corners, a general sense of disuse and desperation. In reality, 5 careful ships hit the back of the hold, because the ship is about the size of a flight-capable grain of rice. I find the switch and place the light, showing me a lot of empty racks. The only thing of interest is a pile of Horatio propaganda posters, and another pile that's been slightly altered with childish graffiti. Be gorgeous. Become me Gorgon. Seek beauty, and now slack booty. Be gorgeous becomes me Gorgon. Seek beauty is now slack booty. Seriously, is this how you start a revolution? The only thing of interest is the intercom, which isn't working perfectly, because when I hit the switch to tell them that the hold is empty, it lets me hear their conversation.
Must be with fire!
There goes Darien F-19 again. Oh, we don't need to kill everyone.
How else can we cleanse the suspect? Lance does boil.
Darien F-19 sounds passionate. Too passionate. There's a pause in the conversation. You've been practicing, haven't you? Taragas F-07's voice is dry and amused.
Yeah. Too much?
A bit. Anyways, what are you going to gain by trying to change the way this empire works? So what if you and your buddies take over this station? Ah, what in the name of all that is gorgeous? You're not going to defeat the fleet that they send. Why die fighting? Nothing will ever change.
What do you suggest? Roll over and ask them to rub your belly?
As far as I'm concerned, the Horatio masses can play makeup and catwalk all day if they want. I'm getting out of here in that colonizer. Somewhere far away, somewhere better. Personally, I think they both lost their minds. I head back up to the bridge with some altered posters, feigning ignorance. That at least I'm good at. So, we were always wanting to go after Darian, so should we continue to go with Darian?
Yes.
So, what are what are you arguing about? Did I hear someone talking about dying fighting?
No, yeah, okay.
Darian F-19 stands tall and strikes a pose.
Brothers.
Darian F-19's just up. What's up?
Oh, come on, I practiced.
Oh, forget that. Just tell me, what in the four beauties are you guys planning? Darian F-19 loses his imposing orator pose and slides straight into conniving conspirator pose.
There is a banquet. All the high and mighty of this foul station will come together. And that is where the forces of freedom and justice will strike.
I want to get out of this place. I want whatever plan they have to work. That means I want to be included. And that means I have to make sure they like me. And that, finally, is why I don't roll my eyes or say something loaded with enough snark to take out a small sun. Hey, forget the forces of freedom. We're looking at the forces of the Volters. Several ships suddenly appear in front of us. Where'd they come from? Why didn't we detect them? Tora starts stroking her buttons and dials. Volta. She's looking forward to whatever's going to happen a little bit too much. Wow. It's too late for the maneuver. They're already upon us. A blinking red light alerts us they're being locked on by energy systems.
Yes. Reinek, call her.
The diminutive alien pushes a few buttons, and the image of a young Volta female appears on screen.
She's pink.
She is
Her
pink.
gun is pink.
Aren't you happy?
I am.
You found
She's
your
pink.
one true person in this universe.
She's pink.
It's beautiful. So, are you going to voice her
Love it.
then?
She seems very angry.
Yes, most likely.
Horatio slime. What, you think I don't know that? Are you ready to make a deal? Ha! Begging for your lives? Why should I? Lock the anti-gluons on him.
Yeah, that's still you, is what I was going to say.
We're friends. Excuse me? Yeah, good point. Okay, we have common enemies and common interests. You want to get into the station, and we want to get out of it. How about we make a deal? Figures. Honorless scum. What's the problem? You can't beautify the dead, so it's better not to become. Here's my offer. We'll drop the scanners and sensors on the nearest part of the station and put a hole somewhere easy for you to get in. I can do it in exactly 17 hours and 9 minutes. Nice. Go on. You guys come in, create mayhem, take whatever you want, and leave. Still listening?
I can't help but feel like you're just voicing this person like it's you.
Well, I don't do voices very well.
I mean, fair, but like this one specifically just sounds just like you. Are you finding kinship in this pink-haired punk?
I like that she's pink, okay?
Fair enough.
But here's the catch. When you leave, you take us with you. We want out of this madhouse.
Hmm.
Is it supposed to say pretty?
I would imagine so.
Okay. Gosh, that's pretty, but you know what? Here is the actual deal. We show up in 17 hours and 8 minutes. If there is no hole in that station, we will make a really, really big one. Big as in the size of Horatio's ego.
Oh god, they're gonna blow the station out of the sky.
It's gonna disintegrate.
Oh.
If you stay low and manage to survive a bunch of angry Volter Marines whose families were spliced into the Horatio on Eridan. What?
I'm sure there's some backstory we don't know.
Well, hell, sure, we'll take you with us. We can always use a few subtle risk takers.
The Volta captain cuts transmission, and the Volta ship pulls away.
Yes! Darren, this is not the win you think it is.
Yes! Yes! Fun! Blow things up! Sorry, wrong voice for her. Blow things up. We all look at Tora. Oh, sorry, I was educated on Haikim. As the Volta ship departs, Turgus F-07 and Darian F-19 congratulate each other, minus the one Horatio's scout vessels didn't go down so easily. A huge tear along the side. Repairs look hasty and temporary. That makes me worry about our getaway ship. Hey Darian, looks like the cavalry that's riding in to save us has a lame horse.
Yeah, I checked. And first class tickets on Lemurian luxury yachts are all sold out.
I have to say, Darian, it does look listy.
Revolution requires sacrifice.
Sorry, I didn't know I was making an important choice there. Sure, I thought. I bet it does, but look, I mine. In the return trip is much less eventful, other than the fact Rennick seems to be piloting as an act of approximation rather than precision. There definitely are some new dings and knocks on the ship when we finally get out, but Rennick doesn't care. Put it on my tab. They don't like us anyway. We're ugly aliens who do a job they're scared to. Yeah, you're right. But I had to grab the fun while you can, right? They take off in one direction, Turgus F-07, Darian F-19, and I go the other way. The three of us are buzzing with excitement. We go to dinner, so we sit down and act relaxed. We're doing our best to look Horatio. I think we'll probably fail, but this society is narcissistic. People don't really notice other people. It's an interesting mixture of excitement and security. Knowing we're looking to cause big trouble, and knowing that if anything pulls apart, the repercussions will be involved a recycler. Life suddenly has weight of importance it didn't have an hour ago. Faces of my co-conspirators, the sounds of the cafeteria, the susurrations of the ventilation, it's all clearer, stronger, and more intense. All my senses are on edge, in fact. This food actually has flavor. That's what rebellion does for you. Do you seriously want to take over the station?
Do you really think things will change any other way?
Turgo 707, I think his plan makes sense.
It makes even more sense than you think. The Volters are just a diversion. The real question is this. What's the smartest way to take over the station?
With that, Darian F-19 good nights and leaves. And frankly, I've also had enough excitement for the day. Do you really want to go that way? I don't know, but anything that results in status quo is something I refuse to agree to. A group of other Horatios comes and sits near us, so Targus leans back. We'll chat tomorrow! I return to my room, discovering that I'm utterly exhausted. Most of the noise and mechanics is nothing. I doubt the full-scale invasion will keep me awake. Still, I toss and turn a bit, wondering what I'm falling into. So these Horatios have a great idea, and I'm convinced I should join them. And I will. because so far all my own great ideas have done is led me here. I can't say I sleep of the righteous, but I finally fall asleep. I wake up next morning, having suffered bad dreams full by fear and frustration. At least in one of them, I'm in the cockpit of a space turd, traversing the stars. The galaxy of limitless thing of hope and possibilities open up before me. Then I hit an asteroid, there's a loud noise, and I die. Then I wake up, and it turns out the loud noise is actually someone yelling at me. I peek under the corridors, hear the public address system, and some loud Horatio saying the same thing. Dress rehearsal today. Everybody up. Looking gorgeous. Start early. The lines at the beautification stations are going to be long. Great. And the first few hours of my day passed just as suspected. I beautify myself, put on my best outfit, grey overalls, but slightly cleaner. I report to the kitchen. Para F21. Good to see you. We're all still on Eternius' PO2's imperfect list. I just go where the hollypad tells me, but at least there are friendly faces here.
Believe me, it's the very best place to be today.
Because you've made the hole, we're going to lock the door. We follow instructions and find ourselves staring at a mind-numbing variety of pots full of food, in various shades of grey and yellow. Every once in a while, an overexcited flunky runs in, yells at someone, runs out. More dollies! I must have more dollies, but in yellow! The kitchen seems to be designated with objects setting up the spice and layout that you can run the most important things that are stored in the most inconvenient locations at the worst possible moment. I know I said that entirely poorly, but that's okay. In the middle of it all, Taragus F07 slides up to me with a cup. Hey, drink this. I can't find the shrimp forks. Where are the shrimp forks? But I'm not thirsty. Drink this. How can we be out of Cloglacian travel meat? Seriously, I have work to.
Drink this.
Okay, I drink it. I don't know what they're on about, but this is the only thing in the kitchen that doesn't taste awful. Thanks, I guess. Next time, just ask.
Hey, Turgus Cephal 7, where's the special spice blend?
Oh, how should I know? You had it.
And gave it to you.
I used it and gave it back.
Then I used it and... Oh, it's over there.
Darian F19 sidles over to a small spice bottle and discreetly dumps it down the incinerate chute.
Which one is the stew that goes in the biggest chafing dish?
We regard the various dishes, none of which look either delectable or digestible, or anything like stew for that matter. Maybe this one. I look at the yellow-grey food in the dish. We should probably taste it and check for the seasonings, but I don't think there's a little taster spoon nearby. Also, given what came out of the kitchen, I don't really want to taste it anyway. I decide to align my fate with whatever the cooks have prepared. Don't say I'm not courageous. Ready?
Ready?
I nod. Ready.
Amosilius M17.
What? What? Is something wrong?
No, chill. Just remember that the first place is always for the highest ranking. That's Eternist PO2.
Ugh. The clone is deeply offended. How dare you lecture me on matters of protocol? Malcius M17 stomps out. The three of us look at each other and can't help but giggle.
Let's do this.
We all carry dishes through the corridor just outside the kitchen that leads to the concourse and arrange them on a long buffet line. The place is bathed in the soft glow of floating chandeliers. Whatever else you can say about him, Aternus PO2 really knows how to put on a show. We line up the other cadets, nervous and excited, desperately hoping to impress Aternus PO2. For a moment there's complete silence. The doors at the far end of the hall slowly glide open. The march of the glorious Centurion perfection starts up over the loudspeakers. The tension is killing me, and the food apparently is doing that to someone else. What?
Oh, pimple!
Tens of identical heads turn and look, Brackus V18 is just lying there with his head beneath his stew, a little taster spoon in his hand. Yes, I think that's Brackus V18. That's the real question here. I look at Darian 19 and mouth silently. Special spices? He appears to be fascinated by his fingernails. I look at Targus FO7 and his face is white. Aturnus PO2 comes in, sweeping over, glorious and passionate like a tower of gold in emerald rage.
The kitchen staff, now.
I have a bad feeling. We all look so gorgeous, it's going to get ugly.
How dare you let this happen? The most glorious will be here in matter of hours, and we can't even feed ourselves?
Brackus V18 was bound to eat himself to death sooner or later.
Recycle Bacchus V18 and take I don't. How do you say this guy's name?
Mausoleus?
Mausoleus?
Mm.
Mausoleus M17 here as well.
No, no! But they do it. Two guards come in and drag Mausoleus M17 to the chute. On the plus side, he'll never have to worry about shrimp forks again. I shut down where my imagination takes me. Aturnus PO2 is yelling again.
You three.
I try to duck out of the way as if the accusations will somehow go somewhere else, but I can see where he's looking.
Each of you a spoon of the stew now.
Yeah, put it inside of your mouth. I go white as Turgus FO7. This is not supposed to happen. What me? No, I see the look on his face, right. Now!
Now.
Sorry. I look at Darian F19, doesn't appear to be concerned. Like in least, and I think, what? He humbly eats a spoon.
Oh, awful. Oh, my stomach.
And I look next to him. Oh, what's in there? Ugh, yuck. They're playing acting. They're moaning and holding their stomachs. And something inside me goes, oh, right. I eat a spoon and go full thespian. Oh, I'm cramping up. The pain is unbearable. Oh, such digestive horror. What unholy nourishment is this? Oh, woe is me. Darian F19 and F07 give me dirty looks for that last phrase. I guess I sort of overdid it. Aturnus PO2 shakes his fist and points at the food.
Get rid of it. All of it. You three, I want the kitchen cleaner than his perfect brow in 1 hour. Scrub, sterilized, spotless, perfect.
So like a Horatio then.
And I am talking about levels of perfect that only this glorious empire understands.
It's just the three of us and it's all quiet. Only for a very short time.
Scars and pimples, all that for nothing. When in his name are we going to ever get a chance like that again? Our friends are going to be here in a matter of hours and...
Hold on, what exactly were you planning? What was supposed to happen? Darian F19 shifts from one foot to the other. Turgus F07 shifts the other foot to one. Okay, Para 21, there was a little more to it than that. Targus F07, thank all the beauties you're still here. We have some worrying news in the clothing facilities. Seems a large number of recent batches went through a faulty procedure. This might even have been going on for months.
Oh no, for months?
So they were purposely getting empty shells coming out. Darian F19 is faking concern, poorly. Targus 8 FO7, I need your help down here. We need to test everyone in the sequence A through L in the last 20 generations. This could take hours. That's how he knows his revolution's gonna work. Because a lot of people are just faking it at the moment. It's not just us. God damn it. The three of us look at each other. Then an excited lab technician. Wow, really? Let's do that right away. And he's gonna wake up a bunch more clones, I'm guessing. Absolutely. I was trying to get a hold of you, but you're off risking your life in asteroids somewhere.
Yes, let's do it. Hey, stay up over here. We'll round up the usual suspects.
Darren F9 is pointing up to a recently cleaned up part of the kitchen. A perfect space for setting up mobile lamp equipment. It's also right next to the recycling chute. Oh no, I think to myself. Turgus F07 puts a finger to his lips. Aturnus P07 is his ex-saboteur, so let's do this quietly. Excellent idea.
It'll be quieter back there.
Oh, very good, very good. I feel better about this already. I was running some diagnostics on latest batches, promotion CX48, and it seems that there was some sort of malfunction with one of our memory bursts. There was this electrical fault caused by the stain in the power system. Well, it didn't cause any harm. Also, he was the one who woke us up. He was the one who left us with the tablet. He was the one who knew we'd probably look at it. So he knew we'd pass his test because he also knew what the test was going to be. So it was a really easy test for us to pass. So he's been on this from the start. How is the fudging lab technician so important?
I told you.
There's an electrical fault caused by a strain in the power systems, and while it didn't cause any harm, it meant the payload implementation for the clone nested in that berth may be faulty, corrupted, or incomplete. There's no way to know this, this individual has had access to all station systems without having ingrained loyalty towards Horatio, and now there are rumors of sabotage. The coincidence is uncanny. Oh, it's more than uncanny.
It's highly upsetting.
Isn't it? Isn't it? There's a certain sad inevitability of how this scene plays out. They set the equipment. Targus F07 draws the technician in with a lot of jargon and fake concern. While they make noise, Darien F19 slowly pulls open the recycling chute behind them.
Para F21.
He's speaking softly, and we share a long, complicated look. I sigh with the inevitability of fate and crouch down behind the technician. In time, not mentioned in seconds, the three of us understand what has to be done. Targus F07 accidentally pushes the technician, so he staggers backwards. He falls back on top of me, and with a couple of quick shoves, he's nothing but a fading scream amidst the plumbing. I am in the deep of it now, but suddenly it feels logical, even inevitable. As if something's gone wrong. A siren's going off in the distance. I hear footsteps. Footsteps of well-shod feet, carrying Horatio, who seems to be carrying a lot of gear in the hallway outside. So wait, you guys aren't just Horatio's attitude problem. You guys like me, Yep, Para21, we aren't just kindred souls. We're kindred souls who have escaped the emotional and psychological suffocation of complete indoctrination.
Even more, we are the warriors who throw...
You say it again, sorry, it cut out.
Even more, we are the warriors who shall overthrow this hierarchy of falsehood and...
Oh, they'll be onto us now. They'll miss the old Tarkus R12 here any minute. Time to move. Come, Para21. We can get the access codes to ship. We can get the H out of here. Go anywhere in the constellation. Start cloning truly perfect society that resembles you and I.
Oh my god, you guys are so stupid. You can't leave now. The hour is nigh. Our fight to freedom begins. This is our chance. Our one chance to throw off the yoke of oppression and lead the downtrodden masses to a meaningful destiny.
I look at them both and they look at me. This can't go on. I want to bring them all down. Darien F19 runs over a series of chutes in the wall and yanks one over.
Quick, in here.
Isn't that the recycling chute?
No, wow, sorry.
Darien, please!
You were gonna kill everyone?
Oh, that would have been the most hilarious way to end the revolution. Oh boy. Oh, he pulls open the chute and dives into it head first. I can't hear exactly what he says on the way down, but I'm pretty sure I hear the word revolution in there somewhere. I follow him down, perhaps stupidly, but with conviction. It's time to start a tidal wave in the cesspool. We're running and trying to talk, which is not a combination that works very well together. So what's the deal? What next? The vaulters are coming. We have to do something, right?
Just follow me.
So I huff and I follow. At the end of the up at the place I least expect. The clothing vats, because that's exactly what I expect. Oh no, or not. We're in section B8, a hallway that has a series of secure storage rooms. We walk down, checking numbers, stop at small arms locker 4. Darian F19 opens the door with a passcode. Darian F19's declarations of change going to come through violence. Apparently, we're not just a marketing pitch.
Remember what we did in the kitchen, editing the Imperial maintenance schedule?
Yeah, because we have security and they're all too stupid to realize it.
I'll tell you the system that Eternus PO2 opened the locks. I'll tell the system. Okay. Everyone on the station would be too scared to challenge the information. Oh no. What if it's him? Nobody will know until it's all over. You know, sometimes insecure paranoia is a great thing.
He looks at everything using biometric data from Eternius PO2. I give him a stunned look.
Easy. Remember? I know his Chamberlain.
Bum bum bum. He talks into the holopad.
It's a go. The locks are open.
Wait, who did you just tell?
Our allies in the struggle against oppression.
Oh, nice. She caresses the barrel of flamethrower, rubs her cheek against a low yield via beam weapon, while narrating her own actions. I'm grabbing everything I can carry. We should do revolutions more often. Ha! More toys! Let's go, guys! A surprisingly orderly file of marine mercenaries and disgruntled clones coming through the room. They are taking what they need and moving on. Yeah, because there have been many generations of people who have been born like this. Near the end of it, a very nervous and uneasy voice comes over the intercom. Third rank esteemed Grandmaster Headmaster Radkey Aternus PO2, sir. Is, everything okay? They're seeing all the weapons being taken and being like, huh, he really needs a lot of guns, doesn't he? And then one person, one poor sorry sack, was given the job of checking in. Like, are you sure you really need 200 weapons? I don't need to question you or anything. Like, I'm sure you have your reasons, but we have here a little bit not concerned. It's more about like making sure you're okay. You know, it's all about you, right? That's how I picture this going down. I freeze for a moment. Darren just smirks. In fact, he's almost doubled over with his contained laughter. He's holds up his holopad and I hear, "How?" That's you, sorry. That's going to be the other guy. That's it.
How dare you let this happen?
It's Eternius PO2 for chewing out the kitchen. Darian F19 recorded him. It's not, of course, in any way to answer the question, but it cuts out any chance of fewer queries. The intercom goes dead. Okay, that was good. You're some kind of subversive genius. Darian F19 is gleeful.
There is no greater joy in life than using a corrupt system against itself.
I'm starting to agree with you. So you have your army, but what about the breach?
That's next, but we have to go. Even the densest of clones will eventually come down to check, just in case. We'll head back to the greenhouse. Nobody but Turgus FL7 knows about the entrance we use, and he's in it.
Huh. I wonder if we would have gotten even close to this ending if we went to the greenhouse back when we given a choice. And will the fact we didn't go there screw us over in different ways?
We can plan the final steps then. I'm sorry. Time out. You did not plan this all the way through.
Apparently
Are you
not.
fucking kidding me?
He's only got so much to work with. He's a Horatio.
Darian, honey.
We leave
I
the
hope
empty
you die
room.
first.
Oh god, what? No, we're meant to hook up with this guy.
I hope he dies first.
So you want to sleep with a dead guy?
We'll have a nice relationship, and then you die first.
I see. So you don't necessarily mean right now. You just mean that, like, if you're on your deathbeds, it's going to be, him first. It's like
Yeah.
come closer, come closer, come closer. I'm about to go. It's like, yes, my love. Stab. Haha, you get to die
Yes.
first. Like,
It's
why?
the perfect ending.
Why would you do this to me? Because you didn't plan the whole thing out. Actually, no. Anyway. We leave the weapons locker, and I start to feel tightness in my neck and shoulders. This is getting more and more intense. Okay, we know where and when and where are more or less our friends. He cuts me off.
Our acquaintances with common goals. You can't be a true friend if you're not part of the movement.
Yeah, okay. So, when and where do our acquaintances with common goals strike? We know where and where our acquaintances with common goals strike, but how do we do it? How do we blow a hole in the station? And if I might add, not die.
We need to crack the hull at an airlock near the freight docks. We don't really have to blow it open. Their miners will do the rest.
Crack the hull? With what?
Explosives!
He seems extraordinarily gleeful when he says that. Gosh, I must have left mine in my other generic overalls.
Don't worry, we can homebrew them. I read it in the Revolutionaries cookbook. It turns out that if you combine the deep facial pore processing cream with no hair body beautiful skin scraper and pour in a few glasses of Horatio summer fantasy bergamot cologne and let it sit in about 2 minutes, it goes critical and detonates.
Sounds useful. Whoa, the stuff we use is that aggressive?
You know what they say, Para F21? True beauty demands true pain.
That sounds like something you'd say. Yeah, okay. But whatever happens when the Volters show up? We didn't keep any guns for ourselves. He looks horrified.
What, weapons? You really want to get weapons that you have no idea how to use? Get serious. We're dashing, not deadly. That's why we gave those to the professional.
I mull it over. When the Volta captain referred to us as suicide risk takers, she was maybe not that far off the mark, but there has to be more to it. I'm your friend, Darian, F19. Tell me what's really going on. It's like this. You keep talking about insurrection and revolution. So what about leaving with the Volters? Doesn't match up with the rest. He looks at me and moves closer.
Friendship. What an odd idea. Maybe we are indeed becoming friends?
We can discuss it later in private, when we're not in the middle of a revolution. Just tell me what happens after the Volters attack.
You guessed it. I can't hide anything from you, Para F21. The truth is...
I lean in, curious.
I'm not leaving. One way or another, when this is over, Eternus PO2 will be dead. And because Turgus F07 is his chamberlain, I have the run of his rooms, all his clothes, his toiletries, everything. When the Vultures leave, a sorrowful clone dressed in Eternus PO2's clothing will pull things back together. But that clone will be me. Darian, you are stealing my plan!
So...
You stole my plan!
Well, it sounds like he's doing your plan better. And you were going off at him about how he was not good and how it was a terrible plan and blah, blah, blah. But it sounds like he was he was perfect for you all along.
No, he needs to die. This is my plan, okay? Nobody else can do my plan.
Except for Darian, apparently.
Darian needs to go.
Also, this is very clever. This is a good, clever plan.
From that position, I'll be able to affect real societal changes around here. No need for an armed revolution if you're stabbing your enemy in the back.
Also, for the record, not only is his plan better than yours, Actually, that was where I was going to. I was going to say, not only his plan is good as yours, it's better. Instead, I led with the hard punch. I'm sorry about that. His plan is better than yours because your plan
God,
would
you're
have taken
such
a
a
long time.
disappointment. You can't even roast somebody
I
properly.
know. Your plan would have taken a lot more time than his. He's gonna be bloody king before the end of the day. This guy, he knows his shit.
He needs to go.
I'm stunned. It's not just the audacity and scope. In fact, Darian F-19's plan is a lot less half-assed than I thought. I'd been continually dismissive of him, but he was playing 4D galactic chess. Okay, I'm with you all the way. One condition.
Which is...
I point to myself. I get to be Chamberlain. He grins. Soon we're both smiling like idiots.
Let's go break an empire.
Okay, so that's you. Sorry.
Okay, we need to raid the entire station, pretty much, to get enough of the bomb ingredients.
I'll see what I can dig out of storage bins, and I'll forage what I can't find what we need elsewhere.
Cool. I'll clear out the janitorial closets and get more ingredients from the labs. I have all of Turgis F7's access. See you at the airlock.
And we're off and running.
So, basically, Turgis F7 is getting...
Well, no. Yes and no. His plan can still work, and he can still leave. It's not that he's getting fucked at all. He's still having his mini revolution. He just fucks off with the other guys.
Right, he's the one that wants to leave. Never mind.
No one's getting fucked out of this. He's just saying, Darian's just saying, I'm not leaving. I'm going to take the place of what's his face, and it's like, okay, that's fair. That's completely reasonable. That way, the Raiders get what they want. He gets what he wants. Like, it seems like a pretty good ending for everyone. My first stop was the storage area, down in the less pleasant part of town. I used Darian's F-19's trick to get into stock rooms, managed to load a cart with flotilla-sized quantities of deep facial pork processing cream. The no hair, no body, beautiful skin scraper is hard to dig up, but then I realized that some of the industrial disinfectants we use in the kitchen have the same ingredients. I hide my loot near the airlock and head back to the place where I first met our fateful meeting with Darian F-19. As soon as I step into the door, I see another clone dutifully struggling. Wrinkly ball tracks. I start grabbing supplies while I think. Hey, what you doing? Those supplies are only for use in the kitchen. Yeah, well, you see. Put those down, that's theft. I'll hit the alarm. The revolution can't come quickly enough for me. Do you really want to hear this? As a reply, he moves his finger down to the pack button. The headmaster is in a foul mood. He pulls back. I use the magic word. Things is going to be fun. I look around conspiratorially, which resembles the way I've been looking around ever since I woke up in lab. You know Turgis F07, his chamberlain. There's a faint air of gossip in the room. Horatio catnip. Well, it seems he hasn't been doing his job keeping the headmaster's quarters as tidy as they should be. The clone melodramatically puts his head towards his mouth. So the headmaster asked me to do it, so I'm not taking any chances. His eyes narrow. I assume he's considering possibilities for extortion or blackmail. So you let me do this, and I won't forget you helped. So that means nothing. I think quickly. On top of that, I'll show you a secret door into the greenhouse. He's definitely acting before, because now his eyes go wide. Oh really? I'd heard the rumors, but just find me tomorrow, anytime. Power F21. I finish grabbing things and hurry out, not wanting to give him any more time to think. I get in there and start opening boxes, emptying bottles, filling buckets. I stack the empties on one side and the volatiles on the other.
Wow, that was fast. You're lucky. I had to steal the last couple bottles of Horatio Full Summer Fantasy Bergamot Cologne from Eternus PL2's quarters.
I'm glad they're using the full brand name so they can get the real shout out. I'm glad we're gonna get some extra sales here on the products.
And I'm pretty sure the guard identified me. And I'm pretty sure that, well, that this was going to happen.
We start dumping everything to buckets and bottles and boxes. The most unholy smell is beginning to emerge. The atmosphere is starting to turn caustic. Ugh, I can't breathe.
Let's go.
We stumble out of the airlock and hit the close button. It takes a couple of minutes before we can breathe normally again. And so I notice after a couple of minutes nothing has happened. So what's up? When does it go?
Just takes a couple of.
The there is dust and smoke and the smell of burnt metal in the air, as well as the distant ee of an air leak. Oh, sorry, that wasn't the sort of E it was going for. The distant ee of an air leak.
It worked.
I can't help but grin, even in the dark, and hear a smile. Nice cookbook you have there. Suddenly lights start to flicker back on, and it looks like this.
Wow.
Very.
Okay, now we wait for it.
Mm.
They're here. Let's go.
It takes some effort to get doors back open. When we do, we see a very different setting. The Vultures have a pretty good idea of what they're doing.
Move it, you cave toes. 30 minutes to grab anything that's not nailed down. And if it's nailed down, use a crowbar.
Don't worry, Katya. This is the part we're really good at. Things happen quickly, and a small party of Horatio Marines show up, see the Vultures, turn around and run. But somewhere they're not running. I hear small arms fire and occasional minor explosion. I'm guessing that extra speed 12 is putting up a fight, along with anyone who could eke a conscript. Out of the way, kids. The Vultures shoulder pass, leaving only a few defenders as they scan for trophies and loot.
Hey, paragraph 21.
What's up?
I'm going to find Eternus.
His explanation is cut off by the arrival of old friends. Hey, Darian! F-19, let's get a move on! Yeah, we'll do what we promised, but we want to do it now.
I have a meeting with Eternus BO2 and that bastard has a meeting with Destiny. Wait for me here as long as you can.
We follow.
Okay.
We have to follow, right? He's our
I
bae.
guess.
He's our bae. I try to follow Darian, F-19. I run after him, regardless of how I feel about his plans. He does know where the guns and the fighting are. I figure it's better to know what's going on than not. Wait up. But I'm barely around the corner when I hear weapons again. I realize I'm not carrying one. Given the suicide that's really interesting often, I decide to go back and wait. Now, I find 2 guards have started mounting a pile of explosives next to the breach. They must have something against Horatio. She's gonna be pissed when she finds out we used a dust warhead. These things cost more than oxygen. I lost my parents on Eldarin and she lost her sister. I think it's exactly sort of breach protocol for which we yelled at publicly and thanked privately. Everything seems to be going swimmingly until obviously it doesn't. I had not expected a visit from an old friend. Hey!
Paragraph 21, what are you doing here?
Getting Horatio out of here. I don't want to end up as crazy as the rest of you.
A Horatio defector? This is not happening. Not on my watch.
He's mine. Suddenly there's a lot of gunfire and I hit the deck. The Vultures seem to be content with playing time. Wait until their squads come back. Unfortunately, extra speed 12 is not playing the same games.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I see a fat gun barrel come around the corner, and I dive for relatively safe safety depot. It's my third explosion one day. I'm getting tired of them. This time everything turns black and then golden. Then I'm outside the station, floating, or hallucinating, both probably. Wait, what? I see the endless. And flash from my life since I woke up through the lab. And then I go to sleep. Or die, I'm not entirely sure at this point. I feel like I'm out of it for 3 days. Probably more like 10 minutes, but I'm pretty clear pretty quickly. Oh, thanks.
There's a fleet warping in. You coming or not?
I stagger into their boarding pod, which makes some horrible noises as it straps itself in the hole it made. Oh no. What? Oh no, we obviously didn't have enough friendship points with Darian. And suddenly the station disappearing behind me. I think Darian F-19, then I black out again.
Welcome to the galaxy. I hope you don't mind the ship. We stole one of yours. A bit dainty, but comfortable. Almost had a mutiny, though, when they saw what was in the galley. You call that crap food?
Not mine, theirs. I never felt like one of those clones. I'm just thankful to be out of... Where are we heading? She looks happy.
Harrow, the Academy, the seat of Isyonder's power.
I feel a cold chill down my eyes. Well, they're supposed to be going there as a Horatio spy for some sort of special training. Why would the Volters be going there?
And the only reason we can go there, Paragraph 21, have
Oh no.
you got blasted with enough dust to landscape a desert, and the fact that you're still alive means that somehow you managed to deal with it. And sentients that can do that are very interesting.
I ease back my seat slowly. I've gone from being a pawn in Eternus PO2's game to being a bargaining chip for the Volta fleet. Which, from my point of view, is a major improvement. As it is, the future looks equally parts fascinating and terrifying. I'm in all in. Okay. Complete Darien F-19's arc. Okay, so never mind. We, Aw. He never got
So he
to...
died?
Well, we don't know, but it looks like, we never meant to be with Darius at the end, which is sad.
Ah, buoy.
Yeah.
But yes, he's dead! I'm gonna believe he's
probably
dead.
Why would he be dead? He's probably fine. Well, anyway. So, did you enjoy the rest of that game?
I did.
It's obviously a few more
It was
playthroughs if
decent.
you want to do it. It shouldn't take too long to do it if you want to, in general. But I think it's nice. I thought it was quite... the writing was very well. Considering it's a free visual novel, there's apparently 4 endings, so we got one of them. The interesting thing is that we got Darien's arc, not Turgis's arc. So, that's interesting.
Which means he has something different.
Yeah, because Turgis wanted to escape, right?
Yep.
Okay then.
Yeah, where the hell was he?
I don't know. But I guess that's a story for another day. Thank you for joining me, Para, and thank you for everyone who's watching and watched. I had a lot of fun, and it sounds like Para did too. So, yeah. This has been a Horatio... Love Thyself, a Horatio story. And honestly, if nothing else, this has made me want to play Endless Space some more. So, hopefully I'll pick that out of my mountain at some point as well. So, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!